What's up, you guys? Thank you for tuning in to an all-new episode of Point of View. Happy Monday. You guys, how was your weekend?
It's great.
Yeah?
I got a lot of rest.
Interesting weekend. Yeah.
I needed it. I missed y'all Friday.
Aww.
I did, but
Were
I know
you
y'all
really
had Oliver.
resting Friday?
I was. The whole weekend, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I was down. Thanks to you two.
Yeah.
But I'm back.
We counted our days, though.
Well, we're glad you're feeling better, and we're glad to have you back. You guys, a lot has happened over the weekend, so let's just jump right into it. So in case you haven't already heard, there was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump in Pennsylvania over the weekend, leaving the shooter and an innocent bystander dead. Since then, the shooter has been identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. This incident has left the world with so many questions, and many people are convinced that this was a staged attack for publicity. So just to give a little backstory, I know we've seen lots of videos, you know, from what was happening on the forefront, but a lot of the rally goers actually had said they saw a man climb on top of like a near building, and then a cop tried to stop them. They pointed their gun at the cop, and then, you know, next thing you know it, bullets were flying at Trump. He was holding his right ear, and there's also, like, you know, allegations that a bullet or a couple of bullets hit the teleprompter and the glass, like, hit Trump's ear.
Well, that's where that
Hold on, this story is moving way too fast.
I know it is moving fast, but just to give reference of what everybody was looking at, you know, that's what everybody was saying, and then Secret Service came in ready to take a good old bullet for Donald Trump. And
after the bullets were gone, yeah.
Right, yeah, you know, after the bullets were gone. And a lot of people were also saying, like, when he was, like, you know, when they were kind of holding him on stage rather than, like, you know, putting him to the floor, removing him, I guess the mic picked up him saying, wait. Apparently his shoe came off, and he was trying to put his shoe back on. And then, you know, and then the showmanship in him showed, and, you know, he threw his fist up and said, fight. And then he was removed from the situation. So, yeah, that's what happened.
Let's just backtrack just a little bit.
Yeah, let's go ahead and backtrack.
So, apparently this 20-year-old was climbing a wall.
Like Spider-Man.
They said he was scaling the building.
He was scaling the building, okay. He was scaling the building. Out of everyone, police saw him and did nothing.
And some bystanders,
right? And bystanders saw him.
And reported him.
Okay.
I'm assuming you believe that this was a publicity.
Yes,
Absolutely.
because imagine a black man scaling a building. He would have been shot down immediately. So this young man just gets to climb up a building and then pull out a gun. Like, police officers watched this boy.
Yeah.
This
It wasn't
young
no
man.
little gun.
They watched him carry this gun, or he just pulled this gun out of thin air and then shot Donald Trump. Are we serious? Are we serious? He climbed a building. I just want everybody to get a visual. Like, he climbed the side of a building with a gun.
Yeah.
The building did look really low, though.
But, okay, we're going to leave it at, that's one point, tack one, tack two. When the president or former president, because mind you.
Please correct that.
Right. Because he's not my president, never was. The former president, who is now running to be our new president, is doing a rally. First of all...
And it was his final rally before the Republican National Convention, yes.
First of all, his Secret Service looked like they belong at the bar.
Yeah, it did look like some beautiful actors now.
They did not look like Secret Service for real. They did not look like they would go to war for nobody. And then on top of that, they moved extremely slow. They waited for 4 shots to come out and be like, oh, hey, just bend your head real quick. And then if you really look at the video...
bend your head.
Bend your head real quick. And if you really look at the video, gunshots, and you look like you just got a bee sting.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, no, my ear. And, you know, everything about it just did not make sense because when the president comes, the level of security, or former president or anybody.
Yeah.
Celebrities got more security than that.
More security than that. They're checking days before. Security is checking days before. You're telling me your Secret Service didn't do their due diligence to make sure that all the buildings, especially after Kennedy's shooting, the level of training Secret Service has is insane.
Yeah.
And then even when Barack was actually the president with the highest amount of Secret Service security. You're telling me the president after him did not have better Secret Service.
Let's take it back further than that when Reagan got shot.
Yeah.
Did you see how fast they ran to that man?
Yeah.
Everybody was on them. They pulled their guns out, and it was just like, where's he at?
Right. Yeah.
I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, that was like one of
And
the
when
most
he was
recent
up in
assassination attempts.
A room.
Yeah.
He was in a room. This man was outside.
I mean, the rally is kind of a little public, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it would be kind of a little difficult to check all of those buildings. This is just me, you know, putting that like.
It
This
did
is
look
just
like
what
a
I'm
small
thinking.
town, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
was on top of the building. It's not that's normally the first place that they would look, because really that's where the president's snipers will be to make
Yeah.
sure that he's protected.
Right.
You're telling me he was in one of y'all spots?
I don't know.
Yeah,
was-
but
He's
he
also
in a
a
room.
former president.
how I
so.
feel about it is initially I felt like, oh my God, this is so fake. But initially, but I also, you know, have to take it serious in some sense that, you know, an assassination attempt on anyone's life, any public figure, any person, you know, is something to be taken seriously. And, you know, so in that sense, in the event that it could be real, my thoughts and prayers are out, you know, with Donald Trump and the family of everybody affected. And the gentleman, I believe he was a firefighter that lost his life. But I just really don't, you know, overly trust the government per se. I don't trust news reporters' situations. I don't feel like they, you know, often tell us the truth. So I'm really on the fence here. It did look very convenient, and that's all I
What
got
he
to
has
say.
going on, it's just his PR person is amazing.
The thing is,
Like,
though,
they
like,
plan
he
to
was
succeed.
already ahead in the votes. So, like,
Yeah, he's ahead, but it was
why
never.
would he be...
It was never
Why
that
would
far,
he,
though.
you know, stage it? Now, I believe it was staged, but I'm just asking the question, like, why would he stage it if he's already...
He's ahead, but his criminal past keeps creeping too close.
I don't think that's going to hold him back, though.
It's not, but right now he's in a position, he wants to make sure there is no other reason. He's trying to overshadow what his criminal past is. Because right now, this is every time you
So
hear
you think
Trump,
he playing on people's emotions with this
Absolutely.
stunt? Like,
Absolutely.
woe is me.
his back is against the wall because his criminal past is too heavy on him, because that's the first thing you think about when you search on Trump is his mugshot. Now when you search on Trump, it's this.
Yeah.
So it's doing what, if this was a publicity stunt, it's doing exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, I will say I do agree with that for sure. This assassination attempt has overshadowed, you know, the criminal things that Trump has going on, you know. Something that seemed a little, you know, weird to me was the fact that there were bullets flying and the people behind him were, I don't know about, listen, black people, we running. I ain't seen not one person run.
Not one.
Like,
The
honestly,
stage
I
is
was
still
like,
full.
what the heck?
It
But
wasn't a lot of black
nonetheless,
people standing behind
right,
him
there
either,
weren't, you know.
so.
But I just, that's just one thing that I thought. I was like, oh, the fight or flight of some people it's kind of not there. But anyway, but a person who attempted the assassination, Crooks, it actually came out that he was bullied. There's like a video that surfaced of him getting bullied, you know, and a lot of people are saying, you know, he was a troubled boy.
As every single shooter that has ever shot up a school.
I'm sorry, because that
school,
would make
you know what
sense.
I'm saying? Like, they always come with this story of, I was bullied, so I went and killed 17 innocent people.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
In what world does that ever make sense?
It doesn't.
And half of the time it don't even be their school.
Yeah.
Like, now it's like you're bullied, right? So you're bullied in high school and you go shoot up at elementary school?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it away from him. That boy Crooks, he probably was bullied.
He probably was,
he
but what
probably
does that
was.
have to do with the shooting of a president?
But letting
Former.
But letting a 20-year-old get close enough. First of all, why was he walking around with this big gun? Like, how was he not seen automatically as a threat?
Yeah.
Because if it was a black man or a black young boy or a black anybody really, or anybody of color, it don't even got to be black, just anybody of color walking around with a gun that size, it would have been questionable.
Right.
So how did you get that far, Crooks?
Yeah, I'm
like
not
how?
sure.
How
There
did
were
you
for sure
bypass
some-
all of the security? How did
Yeah.
you get that far? And then the sniper just happened to know exactly where you were.
Yeah.
to shoot you down.
I mean, if he
Seconds
was able
after.
to go
Couldn't
into
see-
that, if he was able
They
to
couldn't see
get
him
into
scale the building.
And they couldn't see
Right.
when everybody was saying he's right there. I mean,
Right.
because a lot of people said that, they
Girl,
saw
come
and they were
on.
pointing to, they were telling the Secret Service, telling any police officer that were around, but they were saying, I guess, from the vantage point of the police and the Secret Service, they couldn't see, his position on the building. But I'm not understanding how you can see and then I can't see. I don't know. I mean, you guys are low-key selling me here, but I just want to say I don't know.
But my thing is, let me ask you this though. So, but it's allegedly said that the bullet did not hit him when that little ketchup splat in his ear. It wasn't a bullet that hit him. It was the fragments of the
Ketchup splat is
teleprompter.
crazy.
Like,
Like,
we
we
could
could
have
have
grazed
grazed
over
over
that, like,
hold on, Mia, let her
Yes.
finish. What was it?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Ketchup splat.
What hit him? No. What hit him?
The fragment
Yep.
From the
of
teleprompter.
his teleprompter. Now, let's think about it now.
Where's the teleprompter?
Mind you, when he was hit, he was sideways. When he did this, it was sideways.
Right.
It wasn't
Like it
he-
went past.
Yes,
Like it flew
went
past his ear.
Right.
Right.
So with that being said, amen. We're gonna figure out if a teleprompter needs to be read, right?
In front of you.
In front of you. So
Right.
it's at somewhat of a close proximity. If a bullet shoots through a teleprompter, which is like a glass thing or acrylic, whatever it could be, it's going straight. It's not hitting you on your side at that kind of speed.
Well, I mean,
Unless
the
you
glass
knew
can
it
go
was
anywhere.
coming.
Unless you knew it was coming, because at the same time he looked prepared.
I'd like to see
Well,
the injuries of the
nonetheless,
teleprompter.
whether it was a publicity stunt or not, our thoughts and prayers do go out to Donald Trump. We do not condone violence here on POV,
Prayers,
but you guys,
sorrows.
we do have to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching POV. Welcome back, and if you're just now tuning in, you're watching POV. So this next story has started a bit of controversy. Political commentator Candace Owens sparked some conversation when she expressed her beliefs that transgender individuals may have mental disorders. Take a look at this clip.
It is a mental disorder. That's what I learned in school.
It's not
It
a
is
mental disorder. Okay,
if you
so
think that you're a boy and you're actually a girl, you are suffering from a mental disorder, obviously, because you can't actually change your sex, obviously.
I know
you can
plenty
get,
of children
you can get,
now. I know
you
plenty
can
of
play
young-
dress up, but you can't
I know
change your
plenty
sex.
of young people and old people who are trans, right? And they are not pretending. And it is not a mental disorder.
Well, it is
They
pretending because
know-
you will literally never be able,
they
if you are a
know-
little boy, to grow up and have a
and
baby
their
because you're
parents
not a
know.
little, you're
And
not
I
a
would-
little
I would-
girl.
Wow, doesn't Candace love to start controversy? You know?
She's so condescending.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Tell me more.
Her attitude towards a lot of things towards people that think differently from her, they're crazy. They're out of their
she's
mind.
quite visceral with it,
Yeah,
for sure.
she's just,
very cutthroat.
You're out of your mind. Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's not right. You know, and it's okay for other people to think differently from you, but it's also okay for y'all to agree to not agree.
Right.
You know, and I think that's what a lot of people, a lot of influencers, a lot of celebrities lack when they're speaking their opinion. It's okay for me to have my opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you're wrong. That's crazy. That's stupid."
Yeah.
That's actually a mental disorder that you have because we don't agree.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not my cup of tea.
I think Candace was just being super literal. I think that's really what it was. She was being super, super, super literal. And usually with Candace, there's usually never she's very like straight, you know, to the point. There's never a gray area with her. You know, I just think that's just what it is.
You think it's a gray area?
No, I said I think there's never a gray area with her. It's usually just like, this is what it is. There's no way it could veer this way or that way. It's just like this. When in life, nothing is a straight line. You know, sometimes there are exceptions. Sometimes there are, you know, factors that may be the reason why this may be happening. It's not always just like straight. Everything always isn't like just a direct line. I just think that's what it is. But as far as her mentioning a mental disorder, I just really think like, you know, when it comes to gender dysphoria, you know, it's basically like the effects of someone feeling like they weren't born in the body, or like the body they were born in, it doesn't correlate with their personal gender identity, right? And then I feel like when people think of mental disorder, they always think of something negative because it's like an abnormal state of mind, right? But people also don't think about the fact that we spend a lot of our lives in an abnormal state of mind. Like sometimes we're sad, you know, and sometimes we're, you know, angry. But I guess it's like the amount of time you spend in that mental state of mind, like if you're sad for a long period of time, now you're labeled as depressed. So I guess if you're, you know, in the state of mind with having gender dysphoria, you're obviously going to be in that position for the rest of your life because, you know, there's going to be some unalignment with how you're born and what you identify as. So people automatically just see it as negative because they feel like it's not a normal state of mind. When I think we just shouldn't say what's right and wrong with what someone should be. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my opinion on that.
Yeah, before the last part, but I do agree and resonate with what you're saying because I do think Candace Owens was being, like, definitely literal because literally mental disorder, you know, is classified, the definition is conditions that affect the way that you feel or your mood, or behave, things like that. So if you want to look at it in that aspect of it, it sounds super harsh when she says it because when you think about saying someone's you have mental disorder, it sounds like you're saying that they're crazy,
right.
You know, but really, you know, any kind of situation like that where you feel like, you know, even if it's a chemical imbalance or whatever, but whatever's causing you to feel like this is not the body that you're supposed to be in, those are conditions technically that affect the way that you feel, your mood, and your behavior, and that technically is the definition for a mental disorder.
Yeah, that's why I was like, she was just being very literal.
So we all got a little bit of a mental disorder.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
what
what
are
I'm
you
about to touch
if
on.
we want to be that literal,
Right.
then we all messed up.
We all messed up, apparently.
I would like to pose a question to the table because this is obviously, you know, Candace Owens' take on transgenders and how they have a mental illness, you know, on a technicality, right? So do we have the same opinion or is it the same feeling, excuse me, that we get when we think of people who go through extreme cosmetic surgery to change how they appear and how they look?
Yeah,
like,
that's
what
body
we're-
dysmorphia.
so that is also a mental.
If you want to be super literal, yes.
Right.
That's what I was
Absolutely.
saying.
Right.
If we're
Okay.
going by Candace's definition,
Right.
Right.
everybody has a mental disorder at this point because
Right.
at some point in your life, either you're going through puberty because something that's going on with your body is affecting how you feel, and
Your mood, your behavior.
Exactly. And all teenagers got a mental disorder. All mothers who go through postpartum depression has a mental disorder. At some point, we're all going to go through that.
And we're not saying that we're really just doing a play on words.
The
'cause
definite,
she's being
'cause
super literal.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, that's. I don't know, and I think that she's pinning that onto the transgender community or whoever has body dysphoria, because it is a prolonged, mental state of being, I guess you can say, to not feel like you identify with the body that you were born in.
Right.
So there was that. Candace is just very controversial, but I don't know. I think at this point we just need to take Candace for what she is. I mean, I don't see why people get so mad. And we all know as soon as a camera, like, I feel like she just has great showmanship, She is a reality star. She is a freaking personality. I think as soon as the camera cuts on, she's going to say the most visceral thing to get views or,
I mean,
she
give
truly
props
believes
to
it, though.
Don Lemon, though, because I feel like the way he handled that entire interview was very commendable.
Yeah.
Because I would have hung up.
Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm not going to call you back.
Okay, like Peppa Pig. I would. You can't whistle. You can whistle. No. I would have had to hang up on her.
Yeah.
Right? No, I feel you. But do we feel like Candace is receiving a lot of backlash for this because she's always known to be controversial?
Absolutely.
So her stuff low-key is like clickbait, whatever she has to say?
Yeah.
Or do we feel like it's just because she used these terms that, maybe in a sense are triggering, saying mental illness and, things like that?
I think it's both.
Yeah,
I think it's both
it's
because
not the
she uses her words very strongly to trigger a certain
Yeah.
community all the time. And it's like, it's okay for you, Candace, to not agree with someone else's lifestyle, but at the end of the day, like, if it has absolutely nothing to do with you, why do you care? Like, and that goes not even just for Candace, like everybody anywhere. Like, if it's not affecting you in your day-to-day life, why do you care so much? Like, even for the people who leave ugly comments under people's like videos and posts and stuff like that, like, this has absolutely nothing to do with you, but you took the time out of your day to come over here and be ignorant.
Period.
A comment is one thing, but the back and forth battles really blows my mind. Like, these people will wait till you comment back on your video and actually have a whole fight with you.
Yeah, because of differing of views.
Because different views.
Oh, no, but what
for
about
sure.
the people who have their accounts, like, blocked in a way that you can't add them? Like, what you mean?
Or they have no posts and just their
avatar.
profile avatar.
Yeah.
An avatar is crazy.
And the name is Bad Girl 128. Who are you?
Yeah, that, I don't know.
Girl.
Not a bad girl.
Yeah. I mean, there are those people who are like, oh, I commend Candace because she's just like straight to the point, and I'm just like, I guess. At the same time, I feel like if you also invite her for an interview, you are looking for something because she's going to say something controversial, and if you made that a topic, come on now.
I think because of who he is and what he represents, because he is also a part of the community, like he has a husband. I feel like he was more so trying to like not combat her, but like just get straightforward. Yeah, get straightforward answers because he did pull a lot of clips in the interview of her saying things that she said previously, and her only rebuttal was, "Oh, I was young then, and I didn't really know what I was talking about, and I wasn't saved, and now I'm a Christian, so I know better." But it's like, Do you? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know better? Because as you're sitting up here as a Christian woman that you are, you're still judging transgender people for being who they are.
Yeah.
Well, that's
please.
But that's the problem that a lot of people have with the Christian community and with the church is that they say
walking
come as
contradictions.
You are. Well, I wouldn't say that.
I'm gonna say it for everyone.
It's just because
some Christians are walking contradictions.
Hello.
I literally had a whole deacon tell me that I was gonna go to hell because I wear makeup at one church. I never went back there again.
Well, as a Christian,
and his wife probably sit up there next to him with a full face, girl, bye.
Yeah, and mind you, these are some people, not all. For sure.
Exactly, it's not all, but that's why they have a problem with the church because unfortunately, that is what Christians are known to sometimes do is judge people as they're saying, come to Christ and come as you are. But at the same time, when I come to change or come as I am,
you judge me.
You don't want to accept me. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like that's Candace Owens' problem with the entire LGBTQ plus community, she is not accepting of it because it is not something that is in her Bible.
Yeah.
It is not something that she accepts. It's not something that she has faith in. It's not something that she believes in. But I want everyone to understand, like, not everybody lives the Christianity lifestyle. Not everybody believes in what you believe in or have faith in what you believe in. Everybody has their own journey and their own faith. That's why the other day when we were talking about them teaching Christianity in school, I was like, what? Why?
Right.
You are literally forcing this onto an entire world because what? Like, that makes entirely no sense when there are so many different people in the world.
Yeah, and I understand that, but at the same time, you know, as on an individual level, you know, not in Candace Owens' defense, but it is individually your responsibility to speak up and advocate for what you believe in. So that's just like people in the community. You know, it's your right to speak up for what you believe in, and it's Candace Owens' right to speak up for what she believes in. So if this is the book that she's going by, then that's probably going to be her reference point.
Well, you guys, we're running out of time. Catch us back here tomorrow here at AFRO TV. Bye.